Sri Harihi Om Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyayet Sarva Vighna Upashantaye Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaah Bhadram Pasyema Akshabhiryajatraah Sthirairangaihi Tushtuva Gumsastanubhih Vyaseema Devahitam Yadayuho Swasti na Indro Vruddhasravaah Swasti naha Pusha Vishwavedaah Swasti naha Tarksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadatu Om Shanti 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 Om Agne Naya Supataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasma Juhurana Meno Bhuvishtham Te Namavuktim Vidhema Om Shanti 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 Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vakpranaschakshuः Srotravatho Balamindriyani cha sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarotu Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranam Me Astu Tadatmani Nirateya Upanishatsu Dharmaः Te Mayi Santu Om Shanti 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 Om Abrahman Brahmano Brahmavarchasi Jayatam Arashtre Rajanyah Suraishavyo Ativyadhi Maharatho Jayatam Dogdhri Dhenuh Odhanadvan Asu Saptihi Purandhiryosha Jishnurateshthah Sabheyo Yuva Asya Yajamanasya Viro Jayatam Nikame Naha Parjanyo Varshatu Phalavatyo Na Oshadhayaha Pachyantam Yoga Kshemo Naha Kalpetam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we are in this series of making Parayanam of the Arishta Nivrutti mantra selection in the Sarva Veda mantraha, edited by the Ramakrishna Ashram people, publication, Kannada script I am following. And this is the page number 219, where we are came the 10th passage, where we are being introduced how Vedas are eligible to or capable enough to remove our Arishta or sins, because Veda means sacred, and whatever is there in Veda is pure, undebatable, and therefore to keep the Vedic text in the house itself is a great religious distinction, and every Vedic scriptural text will be emitting the vibrations, positive vibrations, and so the negativity in the house will get dispelled. Therefore, why? In this particular 10th paragraph, we are given the, in the Brahmana text it is, so that is the explanatory part of the Samhitas. So we are given the knowledge that what is Rig Veda? It is east direction, and whatever gods are there in the eastern direction, Prachi Diku, they are all respected. And Yajuhu Veda is Dakshinam, because the south is known for the hell, south is known for knowledge, and so the even Dakshinamurti is there, Gnanamurti. So Yada Shivaha Dakshinam Pasyati, Dakshinabhimukho Bhavati, tada saha dakshinamurtiriti khyataha bhavati. So whenever he is having that direction turned towards south, that is Gnanamurti, because he is called as Acharyendra. He is the Bhavaroganasana. He is a Sakala Vidya Nidhanam, and so on. So this is again Ejusham. And Atharva is Angirasam Pratichi. Then Pratichi, the eastern direction, is called Atharvana Veda. And Samaveda is northern direction. So this is how the four quarters have been formed. In fact, in Aruna Prashna, we have the reference telling that when there was a prayam, absolutely nobody knows what is what, but only complete water. So at first, the east is being born, and from the east, Surya and Chandra are being made to be born, and then all other directions have come. This is what is the creation beginning. As you see in Aruna Prashna, at the same time in Bhagavatam or in Puranas. Therefore, here the Samaveda is called as the Udichidiku, and Samna Mudichi Mahati Diku. All these diks are Mahati. Mahati means large, wide, extensive. We don't know. So these are the four directions, four Vedas. Actually, we could see that this particular Brahmana text comes after Atharveda being recognized as an independent Veda along with the other three Vedas. Otherwise, only three Vedas were known. And again, we are given the understanding that Ruk refers to morning time, Yajurveda refers to afternoon time, noon time, and Samaveda the evening time. So then, because of the power and promotion of these three Vedas, Surya will rise in the east, taking all the Vedic knowledge along with him, because he is called as Suryanarayana Vedaparayana Vipranarayana. There is the Andagam. So he is a Vipranarayana. Vip means to shiver, to vibrate, to respond. So whatever that page puja or all that we do, the response will be there immediately from Paramatma Surya Bhagavan. And again, in the same, Surya is Rudra, Surya is Agni. Adhukoskara, these people do not go non-responsive. The moment they say, it's really nice. Therefore, Surya Bhagavan is born, and then the Veda, and again, all activity, all prosperity, all manifestations take place only because of the Rigveda. Because Rigveda contains a large number of mantras compared to other Vedas. Because therefore, Rigveda is really major. There are 10 mandalas and there are 10,028 mantras, and so many rishis have contributed, but there are specific rishis like Vishwamitra, Grutsamada, Bharadwaja, and then Kanva. All these rishis are there. They are all going by the name Rishimandalas. Therefore, that is a Rigveda, Sarvasaha Murti Mahu. And again, Yajurveda is the practical Veda. Without Yajurveda, there is no activity at all. Therefore, Yajurveda is said to be Yajushi Haiva Sarvagatihi. Whatever kind of goal that you want to attain, only Yajurveda. That's why, for example, if anybody wants to have children, Santana Prapti, so Putra Kameshtiyaga. There are so many ishtis, small rites and major sacrifices, and minor sacrifices, which are called ishtis. And so that the kalpa itself is a big subject in our Vedic studies. So mantra and kalpa. Mantra is formulas necessary for the employment in the sacrifices, and tantra is there. And again, sarvam tejaha sam, then whatever teja is samaveda. That's why Rigveda is known to be Murti, Yajurveda is Gati. Yajurveda is Gati, and Samaveda is they can to be Tejaha, Tejas Rupam. And all these things I now read from the point in this particular passage we are saying. Sarvagum hedam brahmana heva sashtam. So, for all this kind of emanations and srushti, the creation, who is behind the screen? So, brahmana. And again, all the chaturvarnyas which we are talking about, it's only social reorganization. It's only social convenience. Therefore, how is the social things? That means it is all because of the Brahmadeva. And the Vaisyas are born from Rigveda, and Kshatriyas from Yajurveda, and Brahmanas from Samaveda. So thereby, all the caste people, I mean, or whatever Varna we are talking, all the Varnas are have got their origins or genesis from the respective Vedas. Therefore, everybody has got belonging. So whenever we are having that pravara being told, everybody has got the pravara, a gotra, and that background, I mean, behind that. Therefore, we have got the gotra, rishi, chandasu. Chandas means the Veda to which we are all belonging. Therefore, we have that all. And again, then afterwards, you have got the Samaveda. What is Samaveda? Is Brahmanas. And Brahmins belong to, because Samaveda is big knowledge. Whenever we recite Samaveda mantras, we take so like that we have seen the three caste people. And again, another, how is it possible? Because now I am reading from this point. I think yesterday, the other day, I stopped here. Adarshamagnim chinvana purve visvasrujo amruta shatam varsha sahasrani दीक्षिताः सत्रमासता तप आसीत् गृहपतिः ब्रह्मा भवत् स्वयं सत्यगुम. ಸೊ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಾಬು, ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗು. ಸೊ ತಪ ಆಸೀತ್ ಗೃಹಪತಿ and hello, Ravi, you just joined the class now, 7 o'clock. Tumba important for you. If you can, just on ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. So here, yet, so first of all, Agnim Chinvanaha Adarsham. See, Adarsha has many meanings. Darsha is visible. Darsha is philosophical. Adarsha also means mirror-like. So anything can deceive us, but not the mirror. When you stand before the mirror, you are as you are. But camera can deceive you. Camera tricks are there. But Adarsham and also Agni is a Pratyaksha Devata. He is in the form of Surya Bhagavan, because Surya in the sky is Agni, and Vayu in the atmosphere is Agni, and Agni is upon earth. So Agni is a terrestrial god. The same Agni is as Vayu is an atmospheric god, and same as Surya Bhagavan is the celestial god. Ataraha ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. And again, Brahmadeva, did not require any genesis or yoni, so he himself was born. Brahma abhavatu adagnyada swayam. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ ಅನ್ನೋದಿಲ್ಲ. We all depends upon the virtues of, and we all depend upon others. But Brahmadeva or Paramatma is all alone. He will be ಸ್ವಯಂಭೂಹು ಚತುರಾನನಃ ಅಂತ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದೇವನಿಗೆ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಿ ಸ್ವಯಂಭೂಹು. ಹಿ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಲೈವ್ but he has got four faces. The four faces represent four types of knowledge. That is exactly prayers, performances, then third one is the entertainment or knowledge, and fourth one is the protection or security. So like that, four heads he has got. And Satyam Satyagum Hotraishamasitu. So Hotru is the Rigvedic priest. Hota, Hotarau, Hotaraha is a Rukaranta Sabda, Hotru. So, Bhamlinga Sabda. So the Hotru is the chief, because he is one who will invite the gods to the venue of Yajnashala and make them sit, make them accept. And so the Adhvaryu is there to conduct honor for all of them, and also offering food for the respective gods. And after food and all that, there is also Samavedins sitting and they sing. And actually, the Samavedins are already given a separated post, as our Samaveda Guru, Gauripathi was telling, that he took Samaveda classes to us, and for long time he was coming all the way from satellite town, that Kengeri. Papa, he's a retired chief engineer, but he has more than 200 samans. ಪಾಠ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. But he's and he's written books also on Samaveda, Gauripati. And Papa, he just was so much interested in our Veda Adhyayana Kendra. He used to come every weekly once or twice, all the way from Kengeri, and teach us. So actually he taught us the Samans, Samaveda, and he gave us also the Saman text to some extent, and made some students to learn all that. So that happened in Ma Anandamayi Bhagavat Bhavan. All the classes used to be in Ma Anandamayi Bhagavat Bhavan. So that is the history of our Nadaveda Kendra, which has got more than 30 years. So 30 years of life, even before was there in our houses, but before we have that kind of thing. So here, the Rigveda priest, and they invite the god, and when gods come to that, we observe that they are attended. And then, when once Agni has been invoked and was stationed and respected, he has become Visvasruja Asata. So there is in the Varna Prashna, there is point, Kamagnim Chinvanaha Anavaga, Vaisvasrujamagnim Chinvanaha ನಾಚಿಕೇತಮಗ್ನಿಂ ಚಿನ್ವಾನಃ ವೈಶ್ವಾನರಮಗ್ನಿಂ ಚಿನ್ವಾನಃ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷೇಣ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅರುಣ ಪ್ರಶ್ನ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಂದರೆ ಸರ್ವ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಪೃಥಿವ್ಯಾಂ ಆದಿತ್ಯೇ ತಿಷ್ಠಂತಿ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಅಗ್ನೀಸ್ ಆರ್ in Aditya, in Surya Bhagavan, and all these forms of Agnis are emanated from heaven, and they are having different functions. So Nachiketa Agni means Divya Agni that has been directly brought by Nachiketa from Yamadeva, Yamaraja, from the heaven. In fact, in the Upanishad, Kathopanishad, you see the dialogue between Yama and Nachiketa, how stubborn he was until he got the Divyagni being given by Yama. He did not. Yama is also a great scholar, and he has so many functions. Though he is a Bhutapati, though he is a Pretapati and all that. Anyway, so here Viswasruk Asata, and again to all these gods, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದೇವ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಶ್ವರ ಮಹಾವಿಷ್ಣು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಏಭ್ಯ ಅಮೃತಮುದಗಾಯತು ಸಹಸ್ರಂ ಪರಿವತ್ಸರಾನ್ ಭೂತಗುಂಹ ಪ್ರಸ್ತೋತೈಷಾಮಾಸೀತು ಭವಿಷ್ಯತ್ ಪ್ರತಿಚಾಹರತು. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ತನಕ we have the description about the Rigveda priest, the Hotar. ಸೊ ಈ ಹೋತರನಿಂದ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಅಮೃತವನ್ನು ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಅಮೃತ ಭವೇಮ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸೇ ಮೃತ್ಯೋರ್ಮ ಸೊ ಮೃತ್ಯುವಿಂದ ಅಮೃತತ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ ತರಹ ಅಮೃತ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಯು ಇಮ್ಮಾರ್ಟಲ್. So navella mortals, what is the real promotion and rank that we want to target is to become Amruta. Therefore, Mruta is mortality and Amruta is immortality. So to become immortal is our target. Therefore, that the Brahmadeva has given rise for the Amruta Kalashas. And Sahasram Parivatsaran Bhutam ಪ್ರಸ್ತೋತೈಷಾಮಾಸೀತು and bhavishyat cha pratichaharatu. So this is all up to the explanation of the future. And now this particular passage turns to elaborate the knowledge on Adhvaryu. So here, prano adhvaryuhu abhavatu. Adhvaryu has become the prana, or Brahmadeva has become a prana shakti, and that prana shakti is but Adhvaryu himself. Adhvara andre yajna, you andre guidance, yoga. So he will be doing all Atidasa Puja, Atsatkara and all that, Adhvaryuhu. So idagum sarvagum sishatam. So sishasatam. After prana, again they come into pancha prana. You see, pancha pranas are also important in our body. Actually, our body, the sarira, is a very complex and composite combinations are there in that. Therefore, now after talking about the pranavayu, next vayu is called apana. Prana, apana, vyana, udana and samana. Apano vidvan avrutaha pratipratisthatu adhvare artava upagataraha sadasya rutavo bhavan. So this is what the whole thing has taken place. See, apana vayu avrutaha vidwan. So apana is that which has enveloped or pervaded the entire body, and it has got been transferred to, it is all because of the adhvara, where there is safety and circulative power, etc., being granted for the Apanavayu. In fact, in Prashnopanishad, which we are going on Fridays, there is a discussion about the prana apana vyana in the third question as a part of answer. And how important are these prana apana vyana udanas? So that is also being explained to us by Pippalada Maharshi, who is the recipient of Atharva Veda mantras from Brahmadeva. So they're all Brahma Manasa Putras, which means that they get such a plenitude of knowledge, deep knowledge, to be able to do that. So Pratipratishtatu Adhvare. So all that Vidvam Sattvam and all that Apana functioning is being established in the performance of sacrifice. Therefore, it is a commendable thing that our rishis have told that aharaharva yagnama charet, aharaharva sandhyama charet. So Sandhya Vandana, trying to respect the three times. They are all sandhi, junction points, joints. ಸೊ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಉಪಗಾತಾರ ಆರ್ಥ ವಾ. ಸೊ ದಿ ಉಪಗಾತಾರ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ರಿಸೈಟ್, they all belonging to the Samaveda. So that's how these three Vedas have been likened to the Veda. I mean, three pranas are likened to the Vedas. Similarly, in Durga Saptasati, which we are doing on Tuesdays, we have the first Charitam, Rigvedam, second Charitam, Yajurvedam, third Charitam, Samavedam. So Durgamma will be in these three forms, Rigveda and Rigveda Swarupam, Yajurveda Swarupam, Samavedam Swarupam, Mahasaraswati Samaveda. And Mahadurga, she is the Yajurveda. She is the practical goddess at the scene of action. And Rigveda is the first one, where that Mahakali makes the Vishnu to fight with the Madhukaitava Rakshasas. She doesn't fight, but she will urge. So when Vishnu is actively fighting with them, it is as good as she participating in that indirectly. Therefore, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati, they are also the promoters of activity for positive results. So then, Apagataraha, now the subject changes and comes to the Rutus, or the seasons. So Rutavaha Sadasyaha Avavan. So whenever yajna is being performed, who are the participants or sabhikas in a yajnashala attending the yajna is, they are all Rutavaha. Rutavaha means the seasons. You know, there are all seasonal sacrifices also. For example, Agrayana Ishti or Agrayana, that is done in the Pushya Masam or Margasirsha Pushya junction time. And but there are also muhurtas and timings, etc., prescribed for the conducting of the respective sacrifices. So that ritualistic literature is a vast literature. So in this literature, there are very good experts are there all over the countries. Don't think that only in Bharat our professors are there, but all over the places it is there. So we observe. See, for example, it was said my professor, Dr. C.G. Kashikar, is good at the ritualistic literature. He is a ritualist and he knows much about our rituals. And therefore, see, he is one of the editors, chief editors, to bring out the Srauta Kosha, published by the Vedic Institute at Pune. So it was a wonderful, it has come out in 2 volumes. And that's why even in China, there are Chinese scholars, Japanese scholars, and Western scholars, they're all very good at the sacrificial things, literature, sacerdote, that's why they call it as a sacerdotal literature. So in this sacerdotal literature, there is again the rutus are important to make a play on them. So the all the kind of attendees are all in the form of rutus. Rutavaha means the seasons. How many? 6 are the seasons, and every season is for 60 days. 60 ದಿವಸ ಒಂದು ಸೀಸನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಋತುಕಾಲ. ಸೊ ಋತುಪವನಗಳು, ಋತುಸ್ನಾನ, ಅದು ಋತು. ಸೊ ಆಯಾ ಋತುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇನ್ ವರ್ಷ ಋತು ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಪ್ಲೆಂಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರೈನ್, so much rain that the sky becomes empty. And whatever water is there in the sky, all that water is sent to Bhulokam and other lokas. Therefore, if you think of Durbhitsham Deva Lokeshu, other than the Varsharutu, if you look at the sky, you cannot get so much rains. And so, Durbhitsham Deva Lokeshu. But ಆ ನೀರೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಟೋಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಮನೂನಾ ಮುದಕಂಗೃಹೇ, ಮನುಷ್ಯರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಹಂಗೆ ನಿಂತಿದೆ. ಮನೂನಾಂ ಉದಕಂಗುಗೆ. ಸೊ ಮನುಷ್ಯರ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ನಿಂತಿದೆ. Therefore, if you want water, go to human beings' house, Yajamanas, and you cannot go to heaven to just seeking the water, because all water there exhausted. And how water is being manufactured or collected there? Because of Surya Bhagavan during the summer season. That's what Grishma Rutu. And that point also is being mentioned in Aruna Prashna, that Surya Bhagavan, one of the important functions of Surya Bhagavan, when he is having the Uttarayanam, beginning from the January going up to the June. So during all the 6 months time, Surya Bhagavan will be slowly taking the water from the earth, and he will enlarge it, develop into a large amount, and that large amount of water is being given to us. So see, this is not cosmic order and cosmological changes, and all these things will be very interesting. So that's why here Rutavaha Sadasyaha Abhavan. So Sadasya andre participants. So whoever participates, they are also affected, are also following the Rutu system and Rutu characteristics. And even Surya Bhagavan is the first person to follow, obey the respective seasons. So because Surya Bhagavan is variant in the sky in giving the light and all that, is because, as Aruna Prashna tells us, that Nana Lingatvad Rutunam Nana Suryatvam. So, Nana Lingatvat Surya, because there are so many lingas or characteristics or changes in Surya Bhagavan. Nana Lingatvat Nana Suryatvam. So, Surya is Nana. There's many ways. That's why you observe the Surya Bhagavan. That's why, see, all our texts, Vedic texts, are interconnected. If you want to have explanation and understanding of one sentence at one place, you require the assistance of other connected Vedic texts, that you will be able to understand the sentence. So, Nana Lingatva Rutunam Nana Suryatvam means, and no season will be perfect. No Rutu will be perfect. And every Rutu, every season has got the characteristic of every other season. Therefore, no Rutu is pure. With pure gold, you cannot get an ornament. Therefore, you have to have admixture of the other Rutu influence too also. That's why Rutus are always dependent on other Rutu. And moreover, every Rutu will, at the end, departure time, it will indicate the next Rutu's characteristic and then get out. So there is a chain like. It's a mala. So Rutumala. And all Rutus will form like garland and give you all that. So we can keep on talking about the seasons as such. And what are the seasons? Participants are Sadasya. Sadasya means the participants who take the phalam of it. So all Rutus will also derive the phalam from Surya Bhagavan, from the Ishvara, and therefore Sadasya does not mean only ABCD people attending the sacrifice. I think shortly we are performing the Soundarya Homa for this month, and it will be announced in our WhatsApp group. So try to attend. You observe, Saundarya Lahari is known for all the 100 slokas are 100 formulas. And all these 100 formulas will produce innumerable favorable results. And that's Ammavaru is a Tambula Purita Mukhi. She will attend to everybody. And now we are getting some more information, but Rutus are again divided into Ardhamasaha Masaha. See, fortnight Ardhamasa, Masa 1 month. So Masa is 30 days and Ardhamasa is 15 days. So every 15th day there is a change. That is, Chandra has got Uttarayana, Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha. During Shukla Paksha, he will rise. During Krishna Paksha, he will lose. So rise and loon, rising and losing is the characteristic of our life. Ekataha Surya Astamana, innೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಚಂದ್ರ ಉದಯ. Kalidasa beautifully describes in Abhijnana Shakuntalam, Yatyekatosta Sikharam Patiraushadhinam. And so on one side, Oshadhinam Patihi Chandraha Yati. And again, on the other side, the sun, Surya Bhagavan is rising. So thereby ಹಿಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ನೇಹೋದಯಾಭ್ಯಾಂ ಲೋಕೋ ನಿಯಮ್ಯತೈವ ಆತ್ಮದಶಾಂತರೇಷು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಾಳಿದಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆರ್ಡಿನರಿ ಪೊಯೆಟ್. ಆತ್ಮದಶಾಂತರೇಷು, ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ in his own interior folds of mind or atma, he is able to hold on this and show that out into the world, project it out into the world for the convenience of the people who are living at the contemporary times. Nobody can live long time. You can't expect a Kruta Yuga fellow to be remaining in Kali Yuga. Or the vice versa also true. So like that, Sadasya Ardhamasaha and Masaha 30. So Rutus are having change every now and then. And Yashaha, and because of all that in Yajna, there is one more priest who is called as Achavaka. So probably he belongs to the Yajurveda or Samaveda, I have to verify. So anyway, he is also one of the priests. No, I just missed 2 lines. Chamasa Ardhavyavaha Bhavatu. So chamasas are the wooden ladders are the Adhvaryu, and Asagum Asamsa Brahmanastejaha Asamsatu Brahmanaha Tejaha. So Adhvaryu Chamasadhvaryavaha and Asagumsa Brahmanastejaha. See, Shamsa is the praise. And so, Stuti. The gods are always fond of Stuti. They want to know who they are. This is not. So, anytime when we ask somebody to give a speech in our Kendras or Waves program, we always ask anybody, organizer, others will ask, what is your CV, biodata, so that we can introduce you before you start talking. Because people must know who is talking, what is he. Like that, here, uh, the Shamsa, that is Tuti, that becomes. So, Achhavakaha Abhavad Yashaha. And Ashagum Brahmanaha Tejaha. See, what is the praised? All time we are praising the gunas or qualities or achievements of gods. For example, we have got Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, Surya Sahasranama, Shiva Sahasranama, and Durga Sahasranama, and so on. Almost we have 1,000 Sahasranama, 1,000 names to each, and there are only a few select ones which are made available to all people. Actually, how many names Paramatma has got, Parameswari has got? Question mark. We don't know. Secondly, for example, Lakshmi, it is said that Lakshmi Devi, Mahalakshmi, has got 80,000 names attested. But when only 1,000 names to read itself is a good effort to people. And so to imagine 80,000 names we should go on, it's really a big thing. So like that, we observe the Ananta, Aparyapta, these are all the complements for Paramatma or Brahma. So the Tejas, the eminence of the Brahma is being praised or mentioned in that. And again, Achhavakaha Yashaha Bhavat. So whoever does yajna, they become Mahimavan. In Rigveda 10th Mandala, we have got the Purusha Suktam, where it is said, those people, te hanakam mahimana sachante ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಹಿಮಾನ್ವಿತರಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. ದೇವರೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ಯಜ್ಞವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ, whoever does yajna, whoever does puja, whoever does all these things, they all become small or big Mahimanvitas. So Mahimanaha, and they will be able to attain the higher levels of happiness and at the same time the lokas. So that's why here you have got that the yes tejaha and achavaka is yasaha and the kirti that we are getting. And again, ऋतमेषां प्रशास्तासीत् यद्विश्वसृज आसता उर्ग्राजान उदवहतु ऊर्ग्राजान उदवहतु ध्रुव गोपः ಸಹೋ ಭವತು. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿನ್ ಪುಶ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಕನ್ವೀನಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್. ಜನ್ಮ ಹೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಏನೇನು ಬೇಕೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ. ಒಂದೇ ಪದಾರ್ಥ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. There will be so many restaurants. People can choose and go. Similarly, there are so many temples. ಗಣಪತಿಗೆ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಇನ್ ಮೆಜೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಮೈಸೂರು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಹತ್ರ, ಈಗ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಏನು, ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೆನಿ ಗಣಪತಿ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ಸ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ಲಿ ಗಣಪತಿ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡು ಗಣಪತಿ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಹೋದರೆ ಅರ್ಕ ಗಣಪತಿ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನವೂ ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೃಕ್ಷ ನವಗ್ರಹಗಳ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನವೂ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಹೋದರೆ, ಸೊ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಗಣಪತೀಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಗಣಪತಿ ಕೂರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಹತ್ರ ಶಿವನ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಗಣಪತಿ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಟ್ the forms, the tejas of Paramatma is being differently represented in different, because all temples are the seat of tejas, seat of prasasti, seat of vibrations and phalam. So here, when you say that Rutam Esham Prasasta Asit. After the Achavaka Kriya, then what is that governed all these deities, all these Rutus, all these Kalachakram? So Kalachakra Pranetaram Surya Bhagavantam Bhaje ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಾಲಚಕ್ರ ರಿವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ who is the cause for all these things? And so now we come to note down ಏನು ಅದು ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿ ಋತಂ ಪ್ರಶಾಸ್ತ. ಸೊ ಋತಂ is the cosmic law. ಋತಂ ಸತ್ಯಂ ಈ ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ where from entirety of the objects in creation being born ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಋತಂ ಚ ಸತ್ಯಂ ಚಾಭೀತು ದಾ ತಪಸ ಅಧ್ಯಚಾಯತ. ಸೊ ತಪಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ origination for Ruta and Tapas. Ruta and Satyam. Therefore, the Tapas. And ಆಮೇಲೆ the last portion of the Saura Suktam ultimately merges 63 mantras ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಸೌರ ಸೂಕ್ತ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ 6:30 ಹಿಯರ್ and for you 7:30 here in the morning in this and for you it is going to be 6 o'clock or 5:45 or so in the evening. My morning is your evening in India. So 5:45 is not a hard time for you. You can always attend that Surah Suktam. Anyway, here you observe Rutam Prasasta Asit. Ruta is applicable for men and super and gods. Satyam is more focused to the human beings upon the earth. And they also have got Satyam, but more than the Satyam. My professor used to say the circle of Satyam is little smaller compared to the circle of the Rutam, which means that Rutam is all coverage and Rutam also is all coverage but in its limits. But anyway, everybody should be abiding for Rutam and Satyam because they are the sources which have generated Rutagum Satyam Param Brahma Purusham Krishna Pingalam. ಆ ಮಂತ್ರ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಮಂತ್ರ ಪುಷ್ಪಂ people conclude as is given in the Mahanarada Upanishad or by the Ramakrishna that they add Rutagum Satyam Param Brahma Purusham Krishna Pingalam. Then Virupaksha. Who is this Virupaksha? Is a Urdhvaretam Virupaksham. So, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ we are getting the connections and explanations to various mantras in the Veda itself. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಹೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲೇ ಹೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಇದೆ. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಟೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲಿ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್. See, especially in America, whenever we have some problem, health problem, the nurse, she will take it up. And they are called practicing nurses ಅಂತ ಸಪರೇಟಾಗಿ. ಅವರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ತರಹ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಪುಟ್ ಯು ಟು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಆ ಕನ್ವೀನಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎನಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ದಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್. You have to take appointment through the office. Anyway, here, ete esham rutam prasasta asitu. And again, ಆ ಋತದಲ್ಲಿ ಯತ್ ವಿಶ್ವಸೃಜಃ ಆಸತ. So the Viswasruk is the creator of any and everything in the world. So ಆ ವಿಶ್ವಸೃಕ್ ಯಾರು ಅಂದರೆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಈಶ್ವರ. ಈಶಾನ ಸರ್ವ ವಿದ್ಯಾನಾಂ ಈಶ್ವರ ಸರ್ವಭೂತಾನಾಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಅಧಿಪತಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ ಅಧಿಪತಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶಾಸ್ತ ಆ ವಿಶ್ವಸೃಕ್ ಯಾರು ಅಂದರೆ ಈಶ್ವರ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಉಗ್ರಾರ್ಜಾನ janam udavahatu urgra janam udavahatu dhruva gopaha saho bhavatu. So we have got so many concepts in this particular Brahmana passage being introduced to know how best we will be able to get relieved of the aristas that is chasing us. So Arishta Nivartana is a very important need that one has to do. So when we are clean, 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 then we can have so many better benefits. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಸಾಮಾನು ತುಂಬಿದ್ರೆ ಹೊಸವಾಗಿ ಸಾಮಾನು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ರೂಮ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಹೌಸ್. ಸೊ so unless you make room for other things, you cannot do that. So that's why we have all this. I think today we can think of, because Urgra, Oja, Apachiti, and then Nestriya, and Agnidra, and Ira, Idma, Trishna, Vak, and Kalpatantrani, Ahoratri, Semitru, and Vishwasruku, Sahasrasamam, and Bhuvanasya Gopaha, and Hiranmayaha, Shakunihi, Suryaha. So in this particular passage, you have got almost a summary of the yajna and connected features, and yes, you have got a large number of technical terms. And all these technical terms have got set meaning also and relevance to the yajna and connected literature, all that. So we slowly have to go on, and ultimately this particular passage ends with Omkara, and we'll be going, because this passage is really proverbial, highly informative, and acquainting us with the sacrificial terminology. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಯಜ್ಞ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡೋಲೆಂಟ್, impertinent, indifferent many times to go through the entire procedure in the sacrifice, which may take for an hour or 2 or 3, depends. So Mahanyasapura Rudrabhishekam during the Artika Masam is really powerful. So ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ and you get lot of good benefits. Therefore, I think today I stop at this point where we are just talking about the Vishwasruk, how at all the Vishwasruk Mahavishnu happened to be existent. And Vishwa and Paramatma is Swayambhu. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಆ ಸ್ವಯಂಭೂ ಆಗಿರುವ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ, what more he has been able to do it in this world is an interesting process. We conclude with this. Gopinath, Om Sasti Sahana
Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bunatto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinamaditamastु Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Harihi Om.
Hari Om.
Om Sri
Krishnarpanamastu. Shri Veda Purusha Ashirvadostu.
Sarvam Sri Matrucharanaaravinda Arpanamastu. Om Tat Satu. Hengide, this is a wonderful, you need not go to Vedic texts. What concepts are there that are being explained or mentioned here, so that you will get the full the hold of the content of the Vedas. Because ಒಂದೊಂದು ವೇದ ಓದಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ 40 ವರ್ಷ ಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಋಗ್ವೇದ ಪಾಂಡಿತ್ಯ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ 40 ವರ್ಷ ನಾವು ಪಾಠಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 40 ವರ್ಷ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ 40 ವರ್ಷ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಸಾಮವೇದ. ಏನಾಯಿತು? 120 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಆಯು ಪರಿಮಾಣ ಎಷ್ಟಂದರೆ 120 ವರ್ಷಗಳು. ಆಲ್ ದಿ ನವಗ್ರಹಸ್ ಪುಟ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್. ಸೊ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವೇದ, ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದಿದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಋಗ್ವೇದ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಓದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಭಿಕ್ಷಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸು ಆ ವೇದ ಪಂಡಿತರಿಗೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೇದ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಅಟ್ ವೈ ದೀಸ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನೋ ಟೈಮ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಪಾಠಶಾಲಾಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅರಿಷ್ಟ ನಿವೃತ್ತಿ ಮಂತ್ರ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ you are able to get comprehensive knowledge and acquaintance with the content or katha vastu of the Vedas. Therefore, it's a good selection, and we will take more time to cover because we have the entirety of this creation being well explained in nutshell, and therefore this is a great gain. So very good.